Welcome to Math TV with Professor V. I had a request for a integral that required partial fraction decomposition, so here you go. Hope you enjoy. We have a definite integral from 1 to 2 of x cubed plus 4x squared plus x minus 1 over x cubed plus x squared dx. So the first thing that I'm noticing is that the degree of the numerator is equal to the degree of the denominator. So I want to immediately perform long division, and then we'll worry about doing partial fractions or whatnot with the rest of it, okay? So let's take x cubed plus x squared. You can put placeholders or not, up to you, however you were taught, and then divide that into the numerator, x cubed plus 4x squared plus x minus 1. And then just think to yourself, what do I need to multiply x cubed by to make it x cubed? Just 1. So that goes up top. And then now we distribute and multiply and list the result beneath it. So x cubed plus x squared, and then I don't have anything else. Subtract the bottom row from the top row. So this is gone. And then now I'm left with 3x squared plus x minus 1, and that's my remainder. So now let's rewrite our integral. We still have 1 to 2, but see here, this quotient of 1, that's going to go right here, 1 plus, and then here we have this remainder, 3x squared plus x minus 1 over the divisor, which is x cubed plus x squared dx. All right, so now here's the thing. I don't like how that parentheses looks. Okay, now we can perform partial fraction decomposition here on this term. Notice the degree of the numerator is 2 and the degree of the denominator is 3. The bottom has to always be higher degree, okay, when you do your partial fractions. So let's hop to it. We have here, let me just state what's going on, partial fraction decomp time. So I'm going to take a little break from the integral just for a second. We have 3x squared plus x minus 1 over, I have to factor the denominator. I can take out an x squared, and then I'm left with x plus 1. So let's think about it. What would the format of the decomposition look like? X squared is a repeated linear factor. So you're going to have a over x plus b over x squared. And then I'll have one more constant for x plus 1. All right. Next step, we multiply everything by the LCD, which is x squared, x plus 1. And then solve for our constants. So here we have 3x squared plus x minus 1 equals, this is going to be ax times x plus 1 plus b times x plus 1 plus cx squared. And before I multiply everything out, I'm going to show you a really neat way to solve for the constants. You're going to substitute different values in for x. That will zero out the factors and make it really easy. So let's just say we let x equal 0. And I'm choosing that because I see here's an x and here's an x, right? So that'll make things pretty nice. If x is 0, on the left-hand side, I just have -1 equals a times 0, so that's 0, plus b times 0 plus 1 plus c times 0. So right away, I can tell, okay, that means b equals -1. See how fabulous? Why is that not making a cute little box for me? Come on. Today it's being uncooperative. Okay, that's fine. Then let's go ahead. Let's let x equal -1. I'm choosing -1, you see, because that would make x plus 1 a 0. All right, so if x is -1, on the left-hand side, I'm going to have 3 minus 1 equals 0 plus 0 plus c times +1. So I have a 1 on the left. That means c is 1. And then what can I do to find b? Well, you just, oh no, I have b, I have c, I need a. So I'm just going to multiply out now a little bit. Yeah, not a whole lot. So from here, let's go ahead and multiply everything out. Oh, see, now it's wanting to make the box. Okay, we're just going to distribute so we can collect our like terms. So we have 3x squared plus x minus 1 equals ax squared plus ax plus bx plus b plus cx squared. And if I collect the coefficients on all of the x squared terms, I can see that 3 equals a plus c. And I already know c is 1, so that means a must be 2. Whew, okay, so the worst is over. Now I can go back and rewrite the integrand using the partial fraction decomposition. Just don't forget about that little 1 in the front, okay? So we just found that a was 2, b is -1, and c is 1. I'm going to rewrite all of that below. And let's just get this little narrative going. So we have definite integral 1 to 2, 1 plus 2 over x minus 1 over x squared plus 1 over x plus 1 dx. And from here, you should be home free, okay? So antiderivative of 1, that's just going to be x. 2 over x, that's 2 natural log absolute value of x. Now maybe you have to think a little bit for this -1 over x squared. Remember, that's x to the -2nd. So if you add 1 and divide by the new exponent, it's going to be negative x to the -1st. But I already have this minus sign here. So ultimately, that's just going to make that positive 1 over x. And then antiderivative of 1 over x plus 1 is just going to be natural log absolute value x plus 1. And then this all needs to get evaluated from 1 to 2. Okay. And once I plug in the limits of integration, then I can drop the absolute value on the natural logs, but not yet. So here we go. 2 plus 2 ln of 2 plus a half plus ln 2 plus 1 is 3 minus, now I'm going to plug in 1. 1 plus 2 ln of 1 plus 1 over 1 is 1 plus ln of 2. Okay, I'm going to clean up just a wee bit more. 2 plus 2 ln of 2 plus a half plus ln of 3 minus, notice here, please notice I have 1 and 1, so that is 2. So minus 2 minus ln of 1 is 0, so this is gone. And then I have minus ln of 2 left over. Well, here's 2 ln of 2 minus ln of 2. That just gives me 1 ln of 2. Okay. And then this 2 cancels with the -2 here. So all that survives is a half and a natural log of 3. Now, the back of the book leaves it like this, I think, which is just infuriating because we have beautiful logarithmic properties that allow us to combine these two logarithms. Yes, indeedy. So we can write this as 1/2 plus natural log of 6. And this is the answer that I would box with pride, even though this is not letting me make a nice box. So let me go ahead and switch to this highlighter. Will it let me box with the highlighter? It will. Okay, fabulous. There was an update to this app and I'm not comfortable yet. Can you tell? I hope you enjoyed the integral of the day. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below. What was your favorite part? What was the trickiest part for you? And if you have specific integral requests, let me know. If you want more access to exclusive content, videos on demand, you can join my Patreon. Become a member to this channel if you want to watch the differential equations or linear algebra videos. And you can catch me on Instagram and TikTok at MathTV with Professor V. Bye, guys.